Hi girls, Sally here from Bridalicious. We're on the home stretch to the dress and you're about to enter the final 4 weeks of the program, which is the fitness phase. During this phase and beyond, our goal is to get you looking and feeling fit. Like I've mentioned before, fit encompasses so much more than just being skinny or having less meat on your bones. It's a state of feeling healthy and oozing with vitality. And who doesn't want that, right? During the next 4 weeks, we will turn up the heat on your transformation to have you feeling totally ready to walk confidently into marriage and beyond. We're going to ramp things up with your wedding dress diet so that you can feel absolutely fit and fabulous in white. We'll add one new food fitness behaviour each week that will create a cumulative effect that will have you looking and feeling dangerously fit. After all, abs are made in the kitchen. So in this video, we're going to establish a case for intermittent fasting. On that topic, what if I told you that you could eat normal 5 days a week and diet 2 days a week, yet lose more weight than if you reduced your calorie intake all week or reduced your overall calorie intake? Would you do it? This is the basis of 5 and 2 in intermittent fasting. More on that shortly, but first to introduce you to the concept of fasting. It's widely accepted that to lose weight, we should exercise and eat less, and never, never, never skip meals. This has been standard dietary advice for decades. However, recent studies show that this isn't necessarily the most effective approach to weight loss. I know, shock horror. A more sustainable alternative to chronically low-calorie diets is intermittent fasting. This doesn't mean stopping eating entirely. It means reducing the amount you eat, but only for quite short periods of time. The fast diet, or the 5 and 2 diet, endorses 2 days a week, cutting your calorie intake to about a quarter of your normal levels. So for most females, this is around 500 calories. And then eating normally, quote unquote, for the remaining 5 days of the week. I'm hoping by now that your normal has shifted significantly from your normal 2 months ago. This means that on, say, a Monday and a Thursday, you'll eat 500 calories, and the remainder of the week you'll consume around 1,200 to 2,000 calories, depending on your goals. Here are a few reasons why you might like to try the 5 and 2 intermittent fasting diet, and why I endorse it during the final 4 weeks of the program. Number 1, you're more likely to stick to it. Eating less calories consistently has a poor success rate, with over 80% of dieters actually failing at this approach, as it just gets too hard. People find it easier to stick to intermittent fasting and don't backslide with a tub of ice cream, as is the fate of most failed diets. I know it was for me with the cabbage soup diet. I'll actually link my blog below if you're interested in reading out my epic fail with the cabbage soup diet. Number 2, starvation mode is a myth. I bet you've heard the theory that skipping meals leads to starvation mode, where your body increases storage of fat ready for times of famine. Well, this is untrue. This was a shock to my intellectual brain when I first heard this concept. But what happens is that your body actually stores enough energy in the form of glycogen in the muscles and liver to fuel your body for 3 whole days without any food. This means that you're not starving unless you've skipped food for almost 3 days, not 1 to 2 meals in one day. Number 3, it improves cell repair. So skipping 1 to 2 meals a day, a couple of days a week, as with the 5 and 2 diet, is not going to throw you out in terms of your fat burning efforts, but instead it gives your body the energy it needs to repair and recuperate. Again, based on work of leading researchers from around the world, this is an attractive alternative to traditional low-calorie dieting. Even GPs are regularly endorsing the intermittent fasting as a health and weight loss option for their clients. And being the kind of conservative mob that they are, this is a real big breakthrough, and it further endorses the case for intermittent fasting. Number 4, it's healing power. There's a huge list of physical conditions which are improved by intermittent fasting. Things like allergies, arthritis, digestive disorders of all kinds, skin conditions, cardiovascular disease and asthma, just to name a few. 5, finally, insulin sensitivity and glucose tolerance are improved by fasting, leading to better health, heart and weight outcomes, particularly weight outcomes. So you're probably wondering, how much will I lose? If you stick to the 5 and 2 intermittent fasting routine of 500 calories on non-consecutive days like Mondays and Thursdays, then you should lose around half a kilo a week as a woman. Success also depends on not overeating on your normal days. Another benefit of fasting is it's a wonderful antidote for our usual overindulging in our life and excessive eating. There's nothing wrong with enjoying our food, but excess food on a continuous basis, such as in our modern culture, does create a burden for our body. When it must handle more than it's comfortable and appropriate, it suffers. So fasting gives it a bit of a break. And if you think about it, fasting was the way our ancestors lived. They went hunting for food, caught something, had a feast, and then fasted until they caught their next meal. Not only do we skip the whole hunting part, but there's definitely no fasting routine that's forced upon us due to the abundance of food that's all around us. So your Eat Transformation task this week is to try the 5 and 2 diet, where you reduce your energy intake to 500 calories on 2 non-consecutive days. I recommend Mondays and Thursdays on your wedding dress diet. However, feel free to shuffle these days if your lifestyle demands or your workouts require higher energy demands on these days. Don't be afraid of hunger either. I promise you, you won't die.